This is an instructional video showing how to change the power cable on an Oracle iPad Kiosk stand. The first thing you need to do is remove the head from the top of the unit. And you do this using a 4mm Allen key. First of all, remove the cover plate by removing 2 screws at the top and 2 screws underneath. Once you've loosened them with the Allen key, you should be able to they should be just finger tight and you can remove them. Then lift off the cover plate and place carefully to one side. You then need to unplug the power cable and HDMI cable from the iPad unit. At this point, you can leave the iPad enclosed into the enclosure and remove the entire head by taking a 5mm Allen key and loosening the connecting bolt. Carefully lift the unit off, sliding the cables out and put to one side. We then need to turn the unit over onto its side. And using a 10mm spanner, release the nut that connects the top graphic frame to the upright. Keep the nut to one side carefully. Now turn to the bottom of the base and you'll find an 8mm nut. Using a 6mm Allen key, turn the nut and release. Place on one side. Having done this, you'll be able to lift the upright and place down on the floor. Before doing that, there is a shim inside the upright which can be slid out. This then allows you to easily lift the cable up and bring the end of the iPad power cable with the USB plug through the base from underneath, sliding it through. That pops out. Place your old cable to one side, and here I have a brand new power cable. Open the cable and we're simply going to reverse the process. So the first thing to do is to take the USB end of the cable and pass it through the hole in the base so it comes through like so. Then fit the cable back into the upright channel like so. And reinsert the shim from the top to cover the cables. You're now ready to start reassembling the unit. Lift the upright up and feed it down so that the cables are coming neatly through the bottom. Position, put the 8mm bolt back in and align it with the hole in the upright, and finger tighten that into position. When that's almost tight, come to the other end and reinsert the securing bolt here by pushing it through the hole so it sits in position. Then take the nut that you removed that was securing that, reinsert, and using your 10mm spanner, tighten that up again. Yep. Now going back to the bottom end, you can now take the 6mm Allen key and, using the Allen key, tighten the main bottom bolt back up so that it is nice and tight. There we are. Now, stand the unit back up, making sure the cables are nice and clear, and coming back to the top here, we're now ready to start putting everything back together. So basically reverse the process that we did to begin with. So first of all, take the head, push the cables through the channel and sit it on top. Take the 8mm button-headed nut bolt and screw it down. Finger tight at first. And then finally, just using the 5mm Allen key, nip that up tightly. You then need to reinsert the HDMI cable into the adapter, and what you may find is you've got a little bit too much spare on the iPad cable. Now the way to deal with this is to plug that into there, then gently tip the unit over to the side, and you'll be able to pull any slack through just like so, until the cable, you've just got just enough cable, so you should be able to push it back gently against the side, which is what will happen when the cover is placed in. Now all we have to do is reassemble the finishing touch, which is the cover plate, slide it into position over the top, and pop the securing bolts in. Finger tight first. And again, repeat that underneath. Final one. Positioned in there, like so. And then finally go around and tighten up all 4 bolts. With the Allen key, and there we have. There you